don't know what to say,
That's the right
but
one. We're rolling on cam 1.
Cam 1, hello. Hi.
Start cam 2.
It's not gonna matter because cam 2's not on yet, but what's up, Isaac?
You suck, you suck.
Hey. He doesn't suck.
No,
You're trash. No, I'm just kidding, I'm trash.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
We miss you, actually, is what we're trying to say. We're not good at psycho. We miss you.
Please do. We're men, we don't know how to talk.
Please don't. Yeah, please come back.
Please come back.
They should not.
We love you, buddy.
I'll miss you, brother.
I promise the story's not. It's terrible. It's pretty bad.
We just want to hang out.
We just want to see you again.
Bro. See you again.
If you.
The funny thing is,
Cam 2 is rolling. Don't. Your
Hello, Cam 2. Oh, wait.
Your character's gonna get killed off if you don't come back. Aiden will do it. He's done it before.
I've done it before. I'm not scared to do it again. I'll kill again, boys.
I'll kill you again.
I'll do it. I'm crazy.
guilt.
Kill the child, I'll kill you.
Oh my gosh, I guess I have. I guess that was kind of my fault, wasn't it? I blame Leflin, but in all reality, guys, it was me. I'm the one who narrated his death with such viscerality.
Well, you're
If that can of if that stack of cans falls over, Isaac's never coming back.
The top one's
the thing is, it's like in Ghost of Tsushima when you start attacking people's horses and you kill them, and you attack your horse and your horse goes no, and you're like, I shouldn't do that. And what? Just make time feel bad for it. So when Aiden makes it really violent, when Lufton kills a child, it's the same thing.
Are you moralizing my violence?
Yes.
Are you saying that it's teaching you to not be violent by me? Yeah, that's the point. Yes.
Violence is good, guys.
Violence is
Violence is never the answer.
It's
Violence is a question, and the answer is yes.
That's terrible. I hate that.
That's a dumb quote. Don't ever do that again.
What's that even from?
Yeah, can we not? Can we come up with
That's the most Elizabeth Neighbors quote I've ever heard.
I'm gonna do it.
savage? I didn't know what that means, but that was savage.
You don't know who Elizabeth Neighbors is?
No, who is that?
Someone from
Canada.
Summer Song Kids.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Elizabeth Neighbors. I'm
doesn't
so
know
sorry.
anybody.
I don't know who you are. So if that offended you,
and you're
again,
definitely watching this for some
remember that it was Samuel Husted that made that.
It's okay, we're good friends.
Yeah, no, she
In that case, I side with Sam, and you're terrible. He said it, not me.
Get wrecked.
What?
You probably recognize it.
I think that's enough.
Actually, they're clapping.
I think we got it. At this point, we don't even need to clap because I don't have this thing going.
Have you not seen Fiddler on the Roof?
Yes.
I have when I was very little, but I don't know the difference. Like it was long enough ago to where I don't know. If I were a rich man. Yeah, but what's her name? Ariana Grande has a better rendition. If I were, you know, she's not.
To work hard.
No, she does that. She steals it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's
That's
terrible.
dumb.
But John Williams arranged the music for that movie.
Oh, that's why it's
That's why it's so
passable. Oh, it's so good.
John Williams.
So cute.
He didn't write the Fiddler on the Roof.
Wasn't it like a play beforehand?
Yeah,
It
so
was,
he
yeah.
just arranged it for the movie.
Yeah.
So what did he even do? He just put them in order?
All I remember
He just made the
They
list.
just wanted his name.
that
He's one of the John
word
Williams.
elopement. I didn't know until that I watched the movie initially.
Elopement?
Elopement. Okay, two different words. Elopement. The word. Meant.
I didn't know what it
What
meant.
is elopement? Simon?
Elopement. Well, I put it now.
Would you be the
Elopement.
Buy. Sell.
buying?
I love our group. We're so stupid.
What?
Are we rolling right now?
So you're,
We should. Yeah.
Rolling right now.
I don't even ask you what happened.
Bro, what the heck did I just see? I thought they were like, bah. I'm like, what? What is
it's
this?
disturbing.
I was disturbed. So yes, that's a good word for it.
Disturbed is a great band, by the way.
Yeah. No, it's not.
They have one good song.
Disturbed.
This isn't their
This
song.
is not.
It's just a cover.
It's just the sound of silence.
He had a
Yeah.
great voice when he tries.
Hey, he's
And
classical.
then the second line. So classical. You know? Okay.
Is that just like...
Instead he goes an octavier in his chest voice.
That's actually pretty good. That's bizarre.
My ears are bleeding.
Fumes.
That's like great.
That was a Spielberg movie.
That was a great.
I love that when I was a kid, I thought they were actually real people.
Yes.
It was convincing. The
They just
animation
look
was
really
good.
weird.
I can definitely see Tom Holland playing a bad Tintin now.
Don't say that because they will.
They will make
will do
it.
it.
No, they need to do
No, they're
something.
gonna cast Timothy Chalamet.
So what?
They're gonna cast Timothy Chalamet as Tintin.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh. They would.
The Frenchman
One,
is
two,
the most
two of
Brit.
them, they would either.
It's Snowy! Snowy, where are you? No, it's too comic.
Are they gonna cast a Snowy? Kevin Hart.
Snowy. Where are you?
Wow. Very
It's not
TDI.
that bad, Joe.
They would. They actually would. Oh my gosh.
Just have Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, he would. Rock would be a Haddock.
They would be the twins. They would put like the twins. They would re-gender assign Thompson and Thompson be girls.
That's exactly right.
And they would
Be
make.
black as well, or
Yeah, they would make
No,
Captain
Indian.
Haddock to be black.
Gay.
Huh?
be Indian.
Indian,
Captain
yeah.
Haddock gay.
Captain Haddock would be gay and black. And they'd make Tintin to be the only like British white person. No, they make the
Suck.
villain a
And
British
he would
white
suck.
person.
Yes.
They make
Villain.
Tintin to be like an Indian or something.
Indian, probably.
Something
I
like
think.
that.
Yeah,
Or
because
maybe-
There are
better
a
not
lot
be
of
listening,
British
because I love
Indians.
So what?
There are a lot of British Indians.
If they make
There are.
Tintin
And they're great.
as
Just if you're gonna stick to the source material,
anything,
stick to the
And they're
source
just like
No,
the
no,
source
I would
material.
not
The
even watch it.
black people look really weird.
That's true. Don't stick to the source material that much.
Wait,
Because the author was very racist.
Super rated.
Simon, did you say black people look really weird?
No, in
No, that's
Here we
not
go.
what he
That's
said.
not what I
Don't
said.
misquote.
I heard black people look
You guys missed what I said.
We've gotten canceled already.
guys,
YouTube tomorrow.
I love black people. My best friend started great.
Would you like to use explicit content? COVID-19, everybody. It was a farce. So we're gonna have like a whole flag.
I said.
I love that we
No,
grabbed
you were talking about like what you would do if they messed up Tintin, and I said, well, I would 9/11 Hollywood.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Damn.
10 minus 1 is 9. 10 plus, take that 1, add it to the 10, that's 11.
Whoa.
10 did not
10. It's like 10
gosh.
and then 10, right?
I think
Two-
we found something, y'all.
Two
Flight
towers.
217, whatever it was. The flight that crash landed on. Wow.
One was 9. Yeah, there was 11. What?
Oh yeah, it's all coming.
But they're British or French or whatever, so they don't have nothing.
Dude, Simon. Oh, not yet. They don't.
The other day, somebody said, think of a building in New York. And I said, I can think of 2.
Not anymore.
Hey, in game, guys.
okay.
It was all in game.
Wait, there are 2 towers.
Stop making fun of 9/11. My grandpa died. He's the greatest pilot that.
Not from alive.
Y'all.
That was old, Simon.
Sorry, no, everyone knows.
I'm here for being old. That was a bad joke.
I love how
Terrible.
I love how people like.
It's a national tragedy.
9/11 is like makes us sad, and
So
we just make jokes about it.
Yeah, that's a national treasure.
On September 11th, it makes me sad.
Best men.
Exactly. For
What did you say?
for like a good like half hour.
What did you
And
say?
National tragedy. We lost all of our best men. Okay, that's now we're racist. And we're Islamic.
Can we cut this out, please? No. Please cut this out.
I'm probably just gonna start when it's on the.
Cut it and
when you
send it.
start.
When we start the intro.
This goes on our Patreon.
We all want to hear some crazy
the best part of this entire.
We're just gonna say if you guys want to hear us having fun, joking around before we get started.
Right.
Yeah.
I would pay to hear this.
There's some crazy stuff in there. You might want to go check it out.
Terms of great, our viewer count goes from like 100 to like 3. Oh
No, it would go the other way.
No, it would go up. It would go way up.
Crazy.
They'd be like, these guys are hilarious.
We'd be getting hundreds coming saying we're horrible, but a bunch of other people saying we're hilarious as well.
Profit.
I like it. Let's break the
All the basic
diversity, equity, inclusion. We have a Mexican. He is a part of our group. I promise.
We just don't bring him out
He
here.
just
We need to get one of the
never see him,
adopted kids to be
but,
part of this, just so we have like a little.
We should get David to
He
come.
just
David
keeps on getting
Agnew.
deported. So.
a second.
Simon.
Sorry,
Yeah, we know the
They
story
are
of these
once
guys.
Yeah.
We know
He's busy doing lawn care.
Two
I
Mexicans.
love
And
it.
they're the same family.
David, I go. If you're watching
He's
this,
been doing
we
long
do actually love you and want you to join.
I really don't like you.
Hey,
Simon. I mean Daniel. Stop
Daniel,
stealing Simon's
would you like?
popcorn.
Hold on. Would you like your own popcorn?
I'm joking.
Would you like your own popcorn?
Simon, we're
Daniel?
talking about this.
Good. Then just take Simon's. We have lots of popcorn. We can make more.
I actually don't hold.
We'll have to be out of here by 9:30. Really?
Why go what?
Sad.
I have to wash my hands.
We need to get started.
It takes 30 minutes to get home.
So what?
It takes 30 minutes to get home. So
Cool. On the dot. You have to be back by 10. Cool.
for Daniel, only for Daniel. If Daniel would drop out of the Oaks, we'd be gold.
Dang,
Hey, buddy.
Wait, do you have school?
Do you have homework to do?
No, not homework, but Dad doesn't want me to be up.
That's a good zero. My dad would probably say the same thing.
So here's the thing.
I get up 5
Back when I was
minutes.
mediocre.
My dad doesn't care.
On my sleep deprived days, I was way better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It is true.
No, you just don't have a memory.
No, I straight up no. I tested.
Straight up no?
Yeah,
I straight up know
I
you.
really wanted to know that.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
You should ask
Down.
my classmates. Ask my classmates. They tell you.
You wanna start?
Did I get
Let's
On
start.
days where I got
Guys,
I got the
chill.
No, you're good. You're good. I love this. This is why I love this game. Even if we play an hour, I love you guys.
Yeah.
This is just so much fun. Half the time, the reason I want to play Core so bad is just to be able to.
I thought that was my camera.
I would cry with you. You think I would just be sitting here like dabba 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 dabba, and your camera just falls over.
Last thing we see on the video.
The only reason why I
Sam,
don't care is that's his camera facing.
I see.
Actually, I only care about that camera because it's got me on it.
That's
He's a hot man. For all those who are online,
single and women.
Wait.
What?
Sorry.
You can meet them. And in a couple.
Also, do we get another mic?
What am I saying?
Where is it?
No.
Hey, that's how we get the liberals too.
No, it's a little mic. You got him.
We should dye our hair blue for station.
All of us?
All identify as women. We actually all are girls. In the comments, if you call me a man or if you call me a boy, I will be greatly, deeply offended.
No, he'll cry. Because
I'm gonna
I mean, she'll cry.
Louise,
Throw it out to be like a pixie kid.
are you emotionally traumatizing me? Are you attacking my person when I do you?
I already looked
Actually, my identity is in Christ. I don't need an identity or anything else.
Are you macro aggressing?
Is that a thing?
No.
Is that like punching something?
Yeah, it's just an aggressive behavior.
Is it like actually normally? Is it actually being aggressive?
I do macro.
Are you macro aggressive? No, I'm just being aggressive.
That's a macro aggression.
Slap somebody in the face.
I'm macro digress.
Hey, that was a macro aggressive. No,
I
just
just macro aggressive with my face.
I wish you would.
Oh.
You offered. why is that on me? He offered.
Okay.
All right. That's a very nice story, guys.
I charge out.
All of a sudden,
Sex,
all
9/11, racism, and
of a sudden, like Kyle's
No.
character just starts having a very like deep and romantic relationship with the NPCs. And I was like, I don't know what's happening.
That's a little too Drake.
One bedroom.
Yeah, that was cute. I remember back when that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Now we would do it for
We do
for real. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Thomas, can't you wait to get it on the list?
I love you.
I'm so ready.
You just missed.
Probably.
I have my height.
So on a moon,
That's it.
on a moon somewhere, far separated from this world.
Actually, hey, I mean, you could introduce him without his character sheets
Do you
complete.
want to? Do you want to just do story?
Even if you just wanted stats,
good.
that could work as well.
yeah, we can do that. I mean, that was the plan.
Okay.
A while ago, like 3-4 weeks ago.
Cool.
All right, let's do it. Let's try this. Providence, you locked in?
Lock in.
Oh, let's tear into it.
Cookie,
You're not editing
one
any of
bite.
this out. Don't.
All right.
Saliva, gone.
You'll be at the beginning. You'll not trust
Providence.
If they
I don't have a large mouth, so I don't know how I can do that.
Alright, lock in, tear into it.
It's gonna be well.
Alright, let me just raise up a little bit.
Raise up.
Raise up, although I can.
Take me to dinner first.
We've been to dinner.
Look at his
Okay. if they weren't constantly shattered by red lightning. The sands of the rolling terrain around flow constantly in a westward direction against the slowly meandering and train of covered wagons, and carts being pulled by oxen with steel black visors over their nose and eyes, with heavy corded ropes being hitting them like attendants walking alongside the carts as they drive this train of about maybe 10 or 11 covered white wagons, heavily armored individuals line open carts, right? And they kind of sit on the sides, 10 apiece on maybe 5 of the 10 carts. They're jostled and move while the rest of the party on the outside is driving the oxen forward. The sand is burning, cutting, it tears through it finds any gap or hole in your clothing, armor, cloak, even in the inside, as a couple of the less rugged of the party stay huddled with their goods inside the covered carts. They're still battered by the sand as it finds cracks and crevices and holes of the heavy canvas that's draped above them.
Me on a Tuesday morning.
What?
That's me every morning.
Oh, Joel, you're not working on Tuesday, are you?
No.
Go get coffee with somebody.
You getting coffee?
With him and someone else.
Nice.
Me.
How did I know? You know this before I did.
Because I was talking to him.
Okay.
Who is it?
Daniel something or other. I forget his last name.
You?
No. I wouldn't forget his last name.
That's it. They actually share a last name. So.
The guy we met at, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Heavy, black, spiked wagon wheels. Everything about the clothing, the materials, the actual wagon themselves, the harnesses, instead of being made of leather, they're made of either iron or like heavily covered or clasped leather. Everything is clearly designed for this violent terrain and above. Even though there's no visible sun, the terrain is almost perpetually dappled with red light as the electricity or the lightning above scatters across the sky. The sloping sand dunes have a heavy, darker tone to them than the ones that you might be thinking like the Sahara. And the sand itself is much more coarse and far less fine than the sands that you think of like in Dune or in the Sahara Desert like our own. Even though it erupts up against and is blown in the wind, think more of like salt, like as kind of like that thick Himalayan salt. And it has indeed kind of a reddish tune to it. Reddish tone. The monotony of the landscape as it slopes and rolls in heavy, thick dunes is sometimes broken by what little you can see of the horizon around. It seems to be heavy, tall, but very distant mountains, black mountains, that sometimes you get a glimpse of as the lightning just chains in the right. for the right distance, and you can see just far enough. But where the lightning is not revealing, it's very dark. Perhaps because those who are a part of the train just adjusted their eyes so much to the bright flashes, that the contrast of the dark areas is almost like you're invisible spots in your eyes as it occurs. The train of about the 10 carts continues. And a young man, one of the heavy, holding a heavy pole with the knotted ropes, hitting the ox in front at a very rhythmic pace. Continue walking. Kind of has his cloak tucked in around and down into his collar, this heavy steel collar that he has. He has his mouth pulled around his mouth. Is this like this metal grate, like very, very fine, tiny little holes that you breathe out of. That kind of clasps with a leather seal around the top of his nose and around his neck as well as it goes around and clasps behind. His hood's pulled up and over. And he has a pair of like heavy steel goggles with glass windows. It has pulled and tightened with a leather strap and a buckle behind his head. His face is soft and clearly unweathered. The way he walks on the sand marks him as someone very unaccustomed to traveling the Grievers. If you were to look at his hands, you'd see hands accustomed to luxury. If you were to look at his body, you'd see someone accustomed to relaxation rather than labor. But some part of him, some human part of him, continues to raise that stick with the heavy leather cord or the heavy knotted rope and resist his innate tendency that he's trained for all of his life to go away, to turn back, to jump in the cart, to hide from the sands. Instead, he continues, hitting the ox, bracing away, because what would his father think? What possibly would mother think if he returned? Especially after the fight that they had had. What possibly would father or mother think of me? No, I'll keep going, I'll show them. I'll be able to survive. He remembers clearly sitting down and the first time he told his father that he wasn't planning on inheriting. He wasn't planning on taking up the family seal. He wasn't planning on following the family trade and abandoning the Aronian post that he had had that was prepared for him and coddled from birth. He remembered that conversation. Remember the look in his father's eyes. At first he thought he was joking. He had mustered up all the seriousness he could have, but he knew that his father wouldn't take him seriously. And that as he looked in those eyes, and he told him, I'm being serious. I'm not taking the post. I'm gonna go make my own way. At first the smile that peeled across the older, beautifully combed, heavy, thick white hair of his father with a beautifully clean-shaven face, smelling of an expensive perfume in that luxurious, gilded sitting room with heavy, thick cushions and a pre-made tea for the afternoon with various desserts and pastries lined on the silver platters. The father stopped stirring his tea after smiling, and then he laughed. The young man still remembered that laugh. Every time he thought about jumping back in the cart, he remembered that laugh. Every time he thought about going to the leader of the caravan and saying, I'm done! I'm done! Turn around! Bring me back! He remembered that laugh. And he kept going. Raised the cord, hit the ox, look forward, repeat. And yeah, occasionally, he really wanted to jump back in the cart. But he refused to. A crow. Well, what we might call a crow. Something that is very different than a crow of everything else in Andriel. It has thick, leathery, bat-like wings. Its eyes have been long since sealed shut, like almost pink. And it kind of has these this oozing pus that comes out of its eyes. Its beak is longer, sharper, and hooked. Its talons are larger, with heavy, thick claws. And its feathers, the small tuft that's on the top of its head, are like very thick, long, and coarse. They act almost like a fin as it directs itself through the sands. But its actual leathery skin is accustomed to the berating winds of the grievers. Lands. The wind's blowing. A cartwheel. Hops forward. Looks down. It doesn't see what used to be the caravan. All it sees is food. Hops down off of a overturned cart. Down a splintered hole that's been ripped in the bottom of a cart. It doesn't see that whatever did that must have been truly powerful. It doesn't notice that the caravan that once was chained together has carts scattered hundreds of yards apart. Pieces of whatever the cargo was, the flesh, the different various parts, the very carefully extracted juices and secretions, just shattered and smeared across a wide expanse. Goes down on a hand, like along with a stick. And hops over onto the boy's face. The goggles are a little bit frustrating to get off as it kind of pulls on the goggles. Instead, it jumps down the torso to where the boy's body is ripped apart. His entrails scattered across maybe about 15 feet, and his legs and the bottom of his torso sit on the other side. Kind of start eating whatever's left. The boy's hands were still soft. When it happened, he was still thinking of his father's laugh. And in his mind, he was saying, I'm not going to go back. I'm never going to go back. When the attack happened, half the caravan didn't even understand what was happening. And then not at first. You can imagine the monotony of the journey kind of lulls even the most vigilant to quiet complacency. So as the caravan, long carts with those miserable, well-armed veterans sitting in those open carts, backs to the grievers, eyes out to whatever the opposite direction is over their comrades. When they heard the sound, and the first cart shredding apart, sending people and the cargo scattering. Their first reaction was almost to look at it and return to their regular gait. And there was a moment of, oh crap, that's happening to us. and the lightning continues to dapple up overhead. As the creature, on its 6 legs, the heavy ape-like body, it's got these long streaks of like burnt flesh that run up its back and onto its face that almost looks like a skull that's been elongated to a beak with these sharp teeth that kind of come out on its side, almost tusk-like. Its eyes, it has like 3 sets of eyes that run up its head, and it's this kind of like this hulking figure, but it moves like lightning. It's like shatters into the rest of the caravan. The reactions are valiant. Jump off, draw their swords, look for help, try to pull their friends from under carts, try to drive the oxen away. But it's only a matter of time before they're all dead. All of them. Gone. And then one. It crawled a bit away to a small, well, he didn't know what it was at the time. It was a ruin of some kind. Little pillars coming from a jutted rocky outcrop. In his adrenaline. And what he didn't know were tears down his face just from the pain. Pulling whatever part of his body that was torn away and separate. Kind of coughing blood and teeth, dragging whatever half of his stomach was ripped away, pulling himself onto the outcrop and collecting whatever part of his spine and legs he could to kind of flop himself down. That's when he heard a voice. You look lost. Its eyes looked up. Providence. How would you like to describe yourself at this state? Your stomach partially missing your legs, separated from your body, your spine twisted in its back, and you're resting up against this pillar. What does your face look like?
Old. Creased. Wrinkled with age. But still youthful. A mixture of an inhuman aspect of time. Too young, but also too old at the same time.
The voice is familiar, of course. You hear it every time. And you've come to expect the slender body or person or thought or image or feeling. It's sometimes different. But the voice is always there. This isn't the first time, is it?
No.
So when he asks again, you look lost. Muster up some kind of response before everything just fades to black. would you say?
I sputter a pink laugh.
Blood spits out across his stomach. And your eyes fade, slowly sinking to darkness. There's a smile plastered across that weathered, kind of twisted, old, scarred, but masked, beautiful, young face. You die and slip into a deep sleep of death. It's not the first time. Now, across. Far away.
Got a good character now.
There you go. That's what I do. I think it's your that's your Yeah, I'm scared there for a second. I forget that it's there sometimes.
That's good.
Yeah, you forget it's good, I forget.
That's good.
Good. That was good. I'm excited. It's a good character. It's a good character.
That's
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Bully. I'm going home.
you like sugar.
He loves me too.
So.
Okay. All right.
Chill time.
That's so much fun. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Now it's done.
That's for you guys, yeah.
And
Obviously.
there are more reviews here.
Yeah, with no
Let's give a
need,
recap.
with no, well, maybe we should recap, yes. Those who traveled from Vassicol, I should say, with their dear friend, was you guys left with heartfelt and somewhat ominous goodbyes. Some feeling as if a purpose in life was drifting quickly away from their fingers. Others seeing a friend going to liberty and maybe, just hopefully, a rest of some kind. A peace away from this misery. And others seeing far more than they let on. Seeing a traveler on their way to the light. Just finishing their time of misery that we all must go through. And a girl who can't for the life of her understand this group. For the first time, sees true compassion and a pang of guilt, very small, kind of springs up in her throat as she watches Durgan say goodbye. And she begins to understand a little bit about what these people are and what they're trying to do. And she's been in the room with this blind man for a long time. His breathing kind of has become this meditative relaxation for her. And it stops being the breathing of a person. It kind of just feels like a natural, robotic repetition of something that you think of like a fan or something comforting. At first, obviously, her animal instincts, her adrenaline high, stranger in her room, she felt unease, on the edge of danger. But the more time she spent with this Aramore, the closer she's grown to this new, strange, captivated freedom. She still thinks of Torin and her duty to him, and her binding to her. But she's getting it now. sees why they're doing this. Or at least she's beginning to. The rest of you, struck by the instantaneous and uneventful disappearing of your friends, almost like there should be more of a pomp and circumstance around such a momentous separation. But the room feels empty, and you're all struck with a little bit of uncertainty. Like, what do we do now? And then quickly, you remember what you guys had intended to do. So, I'm actually going to bring us back to that moment. Just when Aramor says to Durgan to follow the light. The light will lead you. They're gone. No dust, no wind, no sound. You're left alone. What do you do?
Right, so we gonna have to prepare.
You already got the stuff up. Preparation to leave.
Yes. We just need to go find the brothers and talk to them.
He said that.
Yeah, tell them that nowhere to be seen for last afternoon.
We do have details. They gave the details for the caravan was going to be, right?
Yeah, they had told.
They didn't say it would be carrot.
Well, no, remember
Caravan, sorry.
I explained that for brevity's sake. That I was going to tell you that they had told you that it was going to be at the docks at a certain time.
Yep, at a certain time.
Yeah, so they were going to come into the ship.
Yep.
At a certain time.
So that's all we know.
That's all.
At 2 p.m. in the afternoon was like they gave you like an afternoon time.
Yep.
So you do know that it is coming to the docks. They've given you directions to the docks, and they give you the time. So
Okay.
there you go.
So, okay, they're gone. We get the egg successfully, hypothetically. What do you do with that?
What was? We discussed this earlier.
You guys can talk if you
We
need to.
planned on all meeting up at that.
Yeah, I'm like, what do we do with the egg?
With the egg.
We're gonna give it. We're gonna try to find it, or we're gonna go straight there.
The original plan, I think, was that your guys' group go with Tom and Ren, or at least they point you in the right direction because they want to be hands-free of this, and to be able to either sneak it out or get it out without much violence or trying to kill like everybody on board, all witnesses. Just keep it quiet, keep it simple, and bring it back to this place to be able to meet up.
I think Tom was
Situation.
but I think we're all around. I think.
Well, I think they went off after they all had the scuffle with the.
They would go do some business. They did some.
They had some
Actual duties.
actual duties that they litigated duties that they actually had to do in the town that they were originally supposed to be doing, right? So if you remember the original conversation that y'all had with them, they have legitimate trade duties that they have to do as representatives of the land people in Council Rhea
And
in Nasi Call.
Would we know where they are, right?
Probably not, but
it was 2 p.m. today.
yes, sir, yeah. 2 p.m. today would be, it's in the morning still, right? You guys had just woken up and gotten
We already talked about it, and then they.
And it's been since afternoon since they left y'all alone
Yep.
to go into the city. They haven't left the city as far as you know.
Yep.
And they've given you the instructions about where the egg was going to be. Or where they thought the egg was going to be.
Since we know where the egg is going,
We need to get there sooner rather than later, so we can scout the place.
we leave now.
Right.
Alright, should we all gather our stuff?
Got everything with me.
Got everything you guys need? And,
Does Aramor?
I'll say that Aramor, that Isaac, I wish you were here. But I'll say
He's
that.
coming with us, right?
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Would you wait with Valeth, or would he come?
With Valeth, I mean,
Would he wait with Valeth, or would he come with you?
I would think.
Would it make more sense to just leave Valeth by yourself?
I thought Vale was coming as well.
That's what we got from him. But
That it was gonna be big party.
talk to me. That's our best.
Do you think Valeth would help you guys out?
I'm not talking.
Okay, let's try it.
What's Valeth?
She's sitting tied up in her room. just waiting. Aramore,
She's down here.
What?
Table. She's at the table.
We just remember now.
She's at the table.
Yep, that's fine.
I've turned away.
She's still tied up, obviously. Yes. Or no, did you guys cut her hands? Let's say for right now, even though I might have said they cut her hands earlier, because she had one single strand of her hands.
Okay.
She mostly formality at this point.
I just turned to her. So we're about to do something. You well know that by now.
Yes.
And we have common interests in that.
Go on.
I want to help you.
Oh, you're doing a fine job. She looks down at her hands and she's like, look, if you ask for my help, it wasn't too long ago that you tried to kill me. And if I'm being honest, if I see an opportunity to leave you, I'm going to take it.
If I tried to kill you with that arrow, you'd be dead right now. I feel like I'm on this.
So you can't teleport to your master wherever you want.
I didn't even end up
Yeah,
like,
he
I
did.
didn't say that.
He did.
So you can't just the connection you have with your master doesn't allow you to instantaneously get to him.
Yeah.
Because
Alright, to come back, because you would definitely know that's right. Remember the connection was that death. Right, she has that tattoo. That ties.
Soulbind.
Yeah, soulbind. That has her bound to Torin.
Yep.
She can't teleport to him.
Got it. Also because teleport
Anything.
yeah, Torin did just
Show up.
keep
Why
himself
does
in.
Torin come for?
Exactly. I was gonna ask.
Well, he didn't just get himself in.
He was a certain
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah, there's something.
I tried to shoot that.
You did. There's always a something. There's never just something just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. There was that special thing, little ball,
And
nice little white.
Yes.
So,
Look.
Basically what we're saying, we're leaving right now, and if you're complacent and you're willing to help, then we're all for it. Otherwise, we can make this happen.
Yes.
If you don't make this happen.
Look.
So, pardon me. The suggestion is that I help you with this egg, correct?
Yes. To make it easier than having to leave you here. Or take you with us and have someone babysit you.
So, what's in it for me?
I'm trying to come up with a solution.
I understand you're trying
Your
to
problem
come up
with
with a solution of your problem. However, it seems to me that there's very little in it for me to help you with your little conundrum. She sees this as very amusing, and she's kind of likes she's very clearly more relaxed in her what she's addressed you previously, if you remember.
The other evening, you didn't seem to be very fond of the situation you're in with him right now.
She says, I think that there's a difference between acceptance and then a willingness to help your captors. You still are my captors, correct? Aramore said you were his heels. Yep.
Look.
Hey, Isaac would probably be like, I thought you in the face. Be quiet.
Don't forget it. The option of whether
Quiet, woman.
captured is actually partly up to you, Charles.
She goes, so are you saying that I'll be free if I help you? I think that these would rather hinder me, so at some level you have to let me go. Is that correct, Kyle?
Yes.
Okay. Well then yes, let me go and I'll be happy to help you.
Kyle, we'll let you go for good after.
No. Well,
I don't think that would
maybe.
serve her best interest.
No, I don't think so.
No, surely not.
You go and you get another arrow in your leg.
Cross my heart.
I won't shoot.
Thank you.
But lesson is a little bit unpredictable at times.
I've gathered that.
This card got out. Kyle's a little bit of an artist.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry.
Absolutely just starts. It's like,
We're going to do this thing.
Who left these two alone?
That's terrible.
Y'all are crazy. That's the narcissistic, chaotic, morally corrupted alchemist. With the psychopathic, bow-wielding, bloodthirsty archer elf.
No, this guy's morally good, actually.
And then also, and then everyone's just there.
Joel, you're chaotic neutral.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah, you're more like, you know, I'm just saying. Like,
It takes a little bit more than a
Neutral.
chart to break it down with. To break down what Kyle is.
yeah, Kyle's something else.
It's uncomplicated.
I'm sorry.
He's a bit acoustic.
Sorry.
A bit acoustic is a good way to say it. Now we're gonna come back and find the city in ruins. No, okay,
So,
I think you could be a great asset.
I think it could be a help lesson. Yes. Please, take my bombs off. I will be willing to help you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Pardon me if I don't actually trust you. Where is airborne? I don't think you are accepting what is in it for you, but maybe you can give us some suggestions about that.
That's fair. Perhaps freedom?
What do you want?
I'm so sorry.
But
Why are you keeping me captive? Legitimately.
what sort of freedom do you want?
Should I actually stop to think about that one for a second?
Joel's like, there is a chart.
No, no.
Just like,
It's a legitimate question.
I think ultimately I want freedom from him. To give you credit.
I want you to have that. Truly, I
She knows you, and she sees what you mean. She knows that you guys have a similar bond, and that she understands that you understand. So she's okay. Well, I'll be willing to help. And I guess there's no real reason for me to run yet, because I'll be alone either way. And at the very least, you're enemies with the person I fear. So sticking close to you won't be the worst thing I could do. Be one of the worst things, but not the worst thing.
Would you rather go back to him?
No. I don't think so. She looks at Aaron more. Very good. You see definitely that she's learning. She's growing. It's changing.
Bro, on my charisma that's pretty bad.
So, when you don't try to be charismatic,
Exactly, yeah.
and you have a goal in mind, and you're just being objective and blunt, you come across very persuasive. It's just, that's Kyle. Because you believe something. It's easier to believe.
He's gonna get it done, yeah.
So, what?
I think your input on what we're about to do would be valuable. You were to come with us to help us scout the area.
Well, I guess it's unhelpful to say that I think it's a bad idea to interact with this egg with a land of land at all.
Well, that's correct.
Correct. Okay. Well, if that is off the table, she puts her hands meaningfully with the vines still on the table. She goes, I'm willing to help.
I have a knife on me.
He takes out his glaive.
I take out my glaive that I've never used.
Never used it once.
Never used
Separate it in half, get like the
2,000
one of the
gold
things. So,
It's the most expensive item
So,
that
yeah.
has.
easily the most expensive item I have, except for except for another one. Hey, you want my glaive?
I just,
Nothing else.
as he starts pulling out his blade, I just pull out a knife and just I'm like,
I'll put it back away.
no.
Aramore, whenever you cut her hands, Aramore raises his hand a little bit. She looks at him meaningfully and she says, I won't try anything. He says, I'm just being careful.
Thank you, everyone.
Aramore's the goat.
Yeah.
Isaac, come back!
Isaac, where are you?
Okay. He's dead.
Did he actually say he really is deported?
He said he was going today.
There's no way he's not. The government texted.
What if he's just been stuck at the gates the entire time?
He better have
He's crying at the
This isn't what the song
He can't jump over. It's the flashback.
Simon.
That's crazy.
Simon's unlocked another part of his backstory. He wasn't able to make it.
You heard we fixed our ice maker.
Wow.
Or our eyes.
I don't mean to predict.
I think we know what you meant to do.
Lock in. Turn
Yeah,
it.
good job.
We're tearing into
You're doing a
it.
good job of relocking it after the shenanigans.
Yeah.
It's hard.
You guys are just
so fun.
now.
It's alright.
So we're just so fun.
Yeah, you know, that was so much fun. Okay, fine. Well, in that case, it's coming in at the docks. She's kind of operating on a base of knowledge, let's say it's very similar to yours, for the sake of time.
Yep.
It's coming at the docks. It is being carried in on what ship? Is it a Royal Naval ship? Is it a...
These are the details we didn't get from them.
Okay. In that case, then we should plan for the worst. The worst case scenario is that it is indeed a part of the RNA. So if it is part of the Riven Naval Academy, then that's the worst case scenario. That means that we have various levels of military presence on board, and that the cargo... What was that?
Better to prepare for the worst eventuality.
Yes. So, let's suggest that for whatever reason, at this point you kind of see that she's really getting into this. Like she's tired of not being involved in everything, and she's kind of, all right, let's do something. She's kind of like resigned to the fact that she's here.
At this point, left on the
She's like, she was in, she was. So, it is part of a RNA, and that means there's some kind of a large military presence. There's an alleged inventory keeper on board, or at least one, who knows the location of all the items, and that their staff has direct communication to communication lines across the ocean. If that's the case, then we are if we make ourselves known and we raise the alarm, then we are not just raising the alarm for one ship and its people, we are raising the alarm potentially for an entire chain of naval presence across the ocean, leading possibly all the way to the Anarch. Which could be bad news, because news travels very quickly in media. So our best plan of attack, if you ask me, would be to go quietly, go quickly, identify where it is, what it is, how big it is, and how we could get away with taking it without anybody else noticing. If we can do that, then I think we'll be better off than sold out and bodies.
Well, that makes sense.
I have some skills that can lend us some aid. I don't know how comfortable your friend or any of you are with me touching the weave, especially considering the fact that we're not necessarily best friends.
I'm gonna say that you can.
Can Aramore? I feel like Aramore has the
If both of them can work together.
She looks at Aramore. She goes, what about it? Do you think we can work together? That would mean you need to drop whatever this little field is. He tells you that. The more you talk to her, and you notice it's back all the way back in Cosric, near Lillian, if you all remember.
Yeah.
She definitely has some kind of, not high-level court training, but she's upper class. There's mannerisms and reactions and response. She's young still, right? She's still like 15, maybe a little older than 15. She's very young. but she has this like level of poise, and like she's been well treated and respected and obeyed as a child. And it's kind of present in a lot of what she does and says, in her tone.
Seeing as she's actually giving effort to help, Leflin just sort of like chills a bit.
So what?
Leflin just sort of like chills a bit, like leans.
Relaxes down.
Chills. Yeah.
Leflin's wired constantly. I love it.
Yeah.
Leflin's just like, who am I killing? What's next?
Where's the child?
Where's a leg? Metal. Attack velocity.
How about it? This would be great to have Isaac here. But I'm gonna let you guys decide. Do you think Isaac would, or do you think Aramor would allow her to help? Or do you think Aramor would not help?
Honestly, Isaac
think the
himself
way
would have been
you-
like, "Pfft, I got it.
The way you play Aramor? Yes. The way
Yes.
Isaac plays Aramor?
No.
Probably not the way I said.
He
We're that different. We are that different.
Yes.
But this, he's taking a step back because the character's taking a step back because you've had to play him.
Well, also,
I
here's
hate it.
here's the
I love
thing.
this
You've been
character.
putting character growth in that, like, we haven't seen so far.
I'm going the character, not you.
We just haven't seen Isaac.
Question is, Errol, could you do this
Well,
without needing to weave on your own?
okay, what did you have in mind for things to...
Sorry, sex would be messy about it.
Yeah. What would you...
I'm not sure what would be appropriate at the time. We'll have to see whenever we see the
I think we should have it.
state of the egg. However, it may come at a time where we don't have time for him to release the weapon bindings, and I may need to make a reactionary move, and I won't have access to that. Other than being a brain, I'm not helpful at all. She looks down at her belly and she's like, I'm clearly not a helpful force when it comes to utility.
Okay.
Aramor.
You're...
I think Aramor.
I'm not...
I think Isaac would say, absolutely not! We're not letting this girl go.
Isaac hasn't grown the character like you have.
I'm sorry, guys. He's gonna go all in back. I was gonna get reverse, whatever.
It's like, it'll be like Loki.
No, it's not gonna be like Loki.
No.
It'll be like, Book of Boba Fett.
No, I'm sorry,
It'll be like Loki or Book of Boba Fett, where the characters just like
Reset.
Exactly.
I'd say especially now, since like we're not even near the docks, Isaac would be like, it's out of the question for now. Maybe
What's
later
that?
we'll
So what?
That'd be interesting.
I was like, what's Book of Boba Fett? Like, what do you
That
mean?
sounds cool.
That's, that sounds kind of cool. I mean,
Is it good?
No.
No.
I'm making it It's terrible. I hate it.
Is it like all the new Star Wars with all the little things? They're all trash.
Oh yeah.
see. No,
Andor was good.
Racing
That's right.
That's
Andor
right.
was good.
I
That's
never.
I
right.
remember watching the end of Andor and being like,
Yo, what?
this is cool. You actually killed the guy. That was cool. Most of the time today, I just look at them and be like, don't do that, man.
I feel like
where
on
you can't
planets
do it.
you can reckon later.
Yeah.
Time to actually...
Was it
The power of many.
What the heck?
Was
This video is sponsored by the Acolyte.
No.
He was good, right?
He was good in Mandalorian.
Yeah, I remember seeing
That
that.
was one of the best episodes in season 2.
I remember seeing like a short of him acting. I was like, that was pretty solid.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Not that I can do one better, really good. But you did a good job. Okay, sorry, back in. Yes.
I don't think she's gonna betray us.
Alright, good enough for me. No, I'm kidding.
And I know that you like your autonomy and you want to be able to make decisions yourself.
And what looks at Layla? Well, she just turns his head towards her. Go ahead and keep an eye on her. We'll be fine.
Even if we decide to take it off, there's no need to now.
He says,
We're just trapping.
if she tries anything, she knows what's going to happen.
Okay.
She does.
Right. So I think we should go over there. Like, take a look at the area.
Okay. Okay, let's do it. What's the arrival time?
2
2 in the afternoon. Oh, mid-afternoon I think would be more likely for these people to say. Because well, I guess 12 hours would be fine. Let's not make it too complicated. 12 hours is fine. Should we have to do?
A question.
Yes.
More to the party as a whole. Do we ever catch the name of the person who, obviously we don't know as players, but catch the name of the person who taught the old goblin lady?
Indeed, I did. Probably. Drake told the white-haired man to talk to Elabat.
Drake, yeah.
Not Drake.
Was the dwarf.
Okay, Drake is the dude. No, Drake's not the dwarf. Drake is
Dwarf.
No.
Secession 21. Drake.
Yeah, not the dwarf. There's
Not the dwarf. So the dude from the temple.
Yeah.
His
He's not a
name.
dwarf.
Was Drake.
His name is also Drake. I'm pretty sure. I think Aiden's just struggling to find new names because he's so unoriginal.
The guy, with the temple of the.
Rick? No.
Yeah,
That's different.
Yeah, back in.
Sorry.
It's also
Back to the first question. Long dark hue with white hair, Raven. What is the monastery like?
Did we ever catch that? I don't think we did. We just
All
got
we
his
know
cousin.
is that he has the signet ring of the Rivian High
You
Council.
do not. Let me just clear it up. You did not get it.
You're okay.
We did not hear the name of the dude.
What was the goblin name again?
Drake.
Goblin was Drake?
That's what I have written here.
That's not what I have.
Yeah.
It is. You can listen. We have a recording.
Yeah.
You can see that I'm right. You know.
Because Drake was.
What's the name for the goblin?
I don't. Let me look.
Because I have it written somewhere else.
Drake was the man.
I'm pretty good with notes, though. I'm saying.
I have Rico.
Yeah, I have Rika.
Rico. Yeah, that's it.
That makes me.
Rico's what?
I have.
Rico.
Not Drake. Drake is the guy I met in the temple of.
Okay.
Wasn't he?
I'm making it original, but I'm not.
Wasn't he?
I was just joking.
No,
He
it's
probably
fine.
was. Yeah.
Get back to my.
Drake was the.
If it wasn't a
dwarf in the
7,
temple.
tower, or rift, it would mean he's returned.
Got it back. My morning.
So yeah.
You got him. If it wasn't a 7, a tower, or a rift, it would mean he's returned.
I didn't do
What did you just say?
If it's not, you.
It's not a risk on the
And
website.
it's not me.
So yeah.
I said,
And it's not the 7.
Then it's a rift.
that was
And it's
him.
not the tower. Then it is.
Okay.
You make me
But if
believe
it's not him, and it's not the tower,
You should show it just like repeating. Oh, that's so. Do it. That's so mean.
Also,
You're a
every
bully.
single last slant we did against Isaac, you put turn 2.
Yes. Every time we reference to Isaac.
every time.
Every reference to Isaac.
I'm just gonna send it to him. I'm just gonna send him the short.
Until he comes back. Oh, that would be so sweet. Like a little compilation video.
Isaac, we miss you.
We do miss you.
miss you.
Come on, man. It'll be like 5 minutes.
Now,
It'll be a 5-minute video.
Yeah,
I've been way too long.
You'll
Gave it to
it'll-
like 30
it'll be
seconds.
Brutal.
You're not wrong.
Remember when Isaac used to make fun of David for not coming back?
Yeah, exactly. You wake up, you leave the liver.
Remember that?
It'll become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Alright, I'm gonna save these. Is that
That
okay?
sounds like Joe Michael from Star Wars.
It's gonna become the thing that I just want to
You become converted.
You became the very.
Look, destroy the thing.
Finally destroyed Medicare.
Die.
Medicare.
Yeah, he beat it to death.
I'm actually gonna text him right now and tell him that. We're gonna make a compilation video of all the times that we have referenced you, and then we're gonna send it to you. And it's gonna be like 10 minutes long.
Daniel's going to the restroom.
That's fine. Time to go back across the ocean to a different continent. We could do that. But
Yeah, we can.
and just give you like the greatest war of all time.
Yeah.
Right now.
You're bored.
Simon,
You jerk.
Also, yeah.
The stars before me. There was a voice in the void.
Simon.
Why'd you open it up?
Why would you do that?
that's on camera. That's our next YouTube short.
No, please don't do that.
You just ruined it. Now we can't use it as a YouTube short.
If I find it like
Yes, we can. I'm getting meta.
if you're getting that.
Back before time began, there was a voice in the void. His name,
So it's Drake, probably. I'm just saying, guys.
Streak, probably. Greek wasn't to know.
Hello and Red Buddy! Welcome to the Cosmic Reassignment Therapy! Today, come organize yourselves! Show new stars and creatures, all you created things and planes! I am Drake, the owner of the stars! Said Drake.
Hail, Drake, the owner of the stars!
And then thousands of those who were listening, who had not ears, but spirits still, floated and drifted timeless, ready for incarnation.
Eyes, but could not see.
Drake looked out upon the empty void and said to himself,
My, it is an empty void.
Oi!
That's the definition of a
Would be better for it to be filled, said Drake.
Drake then looked at the empty void and said,
I have not eyes yet.
so he made himself eyes. And Drake looked again.
So just mirrors is like hers.
No, that's how every mythology starts.
Yeah,
Except
I hate to break to you guys. This is not a real mythology.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna write like a whole story now for Drake, but it's gonna be a struggling author who's like in Arona. Who's like he's trying to come up with a good story, so he just makes himself a protagonist, and he just starts an anthology of his own stories about himself, and he makes himself God.
Oh, nice.
Aww. So he comes away from writing right now, and he looks up. He's like,
They're gonna know my name. They will know the name of Drake.
and Mom bursts in. She's like,
Drake! Why is that lamp still on? It's 11 at night and you're still jobless. You're still writing your stupid, wordless pages. You're gonna find a job to learn Drake. They're not
a
worthless.
single tear, just like, no resistance comes from Greek. For all of his honor and all of his power are only on the page. He truly is a
Why is
spirit.
this the most entertaining part of this story?
Why is this the most invested I've been?
I'm making this canon right. I'm making this canon right now, y'all.
New character.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm making this canon.
This guy is actually my character.
Yeah. And Drake, a single tear rolled down his face as he looks up from his writing, and he goes,
Mother, they will know my name. Soon. The whole world will be reading my works.
Oh.
And they will be knowing the name of Drake.
She looks at him, sad eyes, and she says, I wish it was you who died in that car accident.
I wish it was you who had been rolled over by that cart, Drake, and not your father.
It's in your backstory.
So this is actually me, guys.
Yeah, I told you I was introducing Providence.
I actually have the most
That was
tragic
the first time
backstory
you
of
died.
any character.
And Drake looks up.
His eyes, a small spark of resistance fires for the first time. He grips his quill pen and he looks at his mother and says, I don't.
He says,
I'm glad I'm alive.
And then she
Soon, Mother, will be too.
And then she's like, no,
she turns on her heel,
Walks out
She's not even real.
and closes the door. And Drake turns back to his page. And he tears it apart and crumbles it up and he looks at it. He's mad at himself. But then he stops. He opens up the page again, crumpled. And he says, why not? Why not me? Why not now? Why not? He speaks to the empty room. He speaks to the empty room. Picks up the quill again. Dips it with his last inkwell. And he sets to writing.
This is just your backstory.
alright. And we'll come back to Drake later and see how he's doing. That happened
new YouTube show.
Based on a true
No, completely like at the same time it's happening in basketball. I'm gonna start writing this story. I don't remember.
Can I play Dreek?
No.
Wait, I'm gonna play Drake.
I'm gonna like.
I'm playing Drake.
Drake is the guy I met.
This is a new guy named Drake. Okay, there's a few Drakes. There's two people in
And
the
he
same.
maybe he's gonna start his own adventuring party with that one orc we met way back in.
Goblin.
It was an
No, it was an orc. It was an orc.
Oh my gosh.
Which
It's
one?
all, oh wait, what session?
I have his name somewhere.
It's
The guy
all-
who's like,
I wrote that.
Hey!
Wait, I haven't had Torgrin. He's an orc.
I remember. No,
Scrawny,
hold on.
skittish
I actually
little-
am gonna like keep track of Drake's like.
Wait, someone who's
That's
I
gonna be
have-
intros from now
When we
on.
were in,
I for a while I was keeping track of.
Oh, the one that got intimidated by Samuel.
he's gonna become like some general.
Just a reoccurring villain. Torgrin's gonna pop up like.
Drake is what you dictated.
That's a reference to Shadow of Mordor, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
The story of Drake is gonna be our halftime show.
Drake is gonna be. Y'all gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna be like, what is this novella?
Wait,
that's popping up everywhere.
When David comes back, no
It's like
longer
the
dirty
chapter
and
headings at the beginning of each Dune.
David will be
There you go.
Like with the history of Muad'Dib.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
The history of Dreek. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Tales of Dreek.
Actually,
I'd watch that.
Just write himself. Guys, this is so entertaining. Let's lock in though. I don't like it. Let's lock in.
We don't have much time.
We don't have much.
So we're on our way to the dock.
We have exactly
30 minutes.
No, we have
45?
50 minutes roughly.
Well,
40.
40.
44.
Man, we're so good at math.
Well, you guys need to be leaving by
So we need
9:30, so we need to be packing up by like 9:20.
9:15.
9:15. Okay. Well,
So that's why I
that's
say 30 minutes.
all right. Let's lock back in, guys. I'm so sorry. This is just fun.
This has been fun.
This is like a blast.
I'm glad we haven't progressed this story.
fact
We're
that
just
we're
waiting for you
You
guys.
know what,
We're
Samuel?
still-
That we were talking about this last week. We're still gonna be in basketball.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That is.
When are we having our next session?
Next month.
Next month?
We can have them soon.
No, that's fine. That's 11th, August 11th.
We've got a lot going on.
Yeah, I know. We all do. But school starts back up again, and all kinds of stuff happens.
We're moving.
Wow,
You're moving.
boys, we have been in Basikal since session 15.
What? No.
Yes, we have.
What session is this? 24?
We arrived at Basikal in session 15.
Well,
we
we
were
haven't
actually
really progressed any of this session at all. We have like.
We really haven't.
because we were
We
fighting.
gotta get going.
We got failed.
The end of session 15 was when Leflin shot that little boy in the throat when the
Sorry.
chinky.
Leave me alone.
Okay, I forgot that Chain King was also at basketball.
Yeah, everything's been about basketball. Basketball's been a big city for y'all.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's been a big deal. Like, a lot of stuff.
We're gonna come back and make basketball like one of the main cities.
Our
Like
outpost.
we're gonna play Monsolin. We're gonna like.
Dude, y'all should totally do that.
I'm just gonna raise.
We're just gonna-
basketball.
Flood it with wealth. Flood it, make it a flourishing city.
Gonna be
We're gonna do
all-
basketball.
Make some port, like,
I'm just gonna start blowing
go
stuff.
find somebody in Rivia.
It's pretty well positioned. We can trade with the Anarch. We can trade with.
Yeah, all the land people and I.
Guys,
Y'all should go
thinking
find like some
as an
merchant guild
entrepreneur.
in Arona or Rivia and tell
And I
them
have
about basketball.
experience running the
Side
main
quest.
I have experience running a
No,
this is the main.
You do. Literally, this could be like,
Yeah.
y'all can 100% abandon the plot line.
You know
Put
what?
basketball
Just
on the
focus
map.
on making Basketball like the most profitable city in all.
It just becomes like Age of Empires.
That would be. I would have so much fun with that.
We would like go to different councils, whatever, make bargains and deals on the city's
Dude,
behalf.
that's so.
100%. Like I would have so much fun.
Our power as a group and his crazy like underhand.
All of a sudden, like mining becomes so much more efficient because you develop like new metals. And, like,
Yeah.
And then
This
just
is awesome.
Game of Thrones.
y'all just like start your own empire. Just wondering a
Something
Basketball.
good in this
You
world.
overthrow the mayor, or you run for mayor.
Oh,
You run for mayor, and you guys work on like doing a snare campaign against the mayor.
It wouldn't be bad.
It's already sniveling. It'll be excellent.
And then we make him from a mayor into a king of a city. Because like
Or yeah, it's going to see Basketball for whatever it is. And,
I'm gonna be
you guys are legit with this.
okay.
Abandon the plot line. Let's do this, guys. And then all of a sudden, this stuff just starts happening in the world. You're just like,
Oh,
What we did with
What is that? Mushroom cloud?
Like, guys, come to fast and call. Your world's burning on your ears. Come to
Wildfire is going to spread throughout all Riven.
This is a mass producing wildfire.
Oh, dude, actually, you know?
Okay. Let's try to get like a whole.
Yeah.
Man, I think we might step away from Buzzy Call and go back down the underworld and maybe have a little talk and close out some things. Okay.
Fair.
You take the time.
We are on the way to the docks. So
Yeah, use our way to. That's gonna take.
we will be at the next session. We'll be like at the docks.
In the docks. No, we might just give time.
Like,
and say
exploring,
it's like 2
figuring
p.m.
things out.
Yeah, yeah. We'll do some prepping and planning.
Reconnoitering.
Reconnoitering, exactly.
Okay.
Yo,
Let's,
anytime.
let's return.
The other propulsion.
She senses a presence before he arrives. Her furbolg skin kind of become pale in the dark. Her long hair kind of drifts, floating. She kind of moves her way through her small little cavern that they've given her. Around her, out of the stone, grow trees, plants with no sun. She walks through, each one calling it by name, each one home for her. She senses his presence before he's brought in, but she already knows what they're asking her to do. She stops before a small tree. She says, "What do you think? What do you think?" She looks to the other one. She says, maybe we can keep him alive. Perhaps. Maybe. He jumps over to it, jumps over to the little barn and keeps his behind another tree and kind of pokes her head out, looking at the entrance. She hears the steps that
They try to be so quiet, so silent, so sneaky.
they're not there, are they?
No, they're not.
They hear as they walk in white robes, and in their midst,
The sea, it's here, among us. Have you ever tasted seawater, no one? No, we haven't.
she kind of walks forward, kind of her hair shifting. She touches the plants that grow in the dark, touches the life that she's bringing that shouldn't be here. Her eyes flicker to one of the beautiful flowers in a little patch on the ground with the stone, bursting through like almost cracked stone underneath. She looks and she goes,
Mother, wild mother. Listen, will you be there for me? Are you here with him? Let us see.
moves over. One of the maidens steps into the small cavern. At the beginning of the long descent into the dark, there was a heavy steel door that Durgan saw them open with a ceremonial key. And beautifully shaped and molded black stone led down and down and down and down. What felt like forever. Quiet steps leading into the dark. All he heard was a word that, not knowing the language, sounded familiar. It sounded like they said, healer? Something along those lines. He kind of took it to mean something else, like they were saying that they needed healing. But he was confused, he doesn't know the language. As there was a brief interchange between many of the processional from the Empress and one of the handmaidens. But nevertheless, they ended up at that black heavy door. The ceremonial silver key slipped in the lock, and they went down and down There was no light other than the slight drifting, soft white light that comes from the very fabric of the material of the handmaidens. They didn't carry their processional chain or the incense. The feeling was much more final. There was no need for preparation for whoever he was about to meet. And he felt calm. His memory drifts back to his friends. Lightly touches on the stones and tells brief memories. But he remembers the sea, his sister, his mother. He remembers his original job, his duty, his oath that he took. He remembers his sister again. And then, drifting from this strange subterranean orchard, the oddest creature he's ever seen, clothed in what looked to be some like leaves and tree branches and strange ornaments from different growths, flowers and fruits, and different, almost like a wedding dress train of vines that comes from behind her. She drifts her way, almost floating, lilting between this long, low cavern filled with growing smells, alone, things that you should only smell above. There's no light, just these two little eyes that are illuminated, quickly flashing from the soft light of the robes. And then eventually he sees her, rustling. She smiles. And immediately something about this person reminds him of Colleen and Kalor. Something about this place reminds him of the same power of Colleen and Kalor. That temple on the ocean, the storm raging around, those pure white marble floor with the towers rising, and that library, and the observation deck where he saw his inevitable end. And he knows that whatever's going to happen here, he remembers what Aramor said. Follow the light. And he says out loud, without even thinking about it, he says, "It's here." And there she is.
What have you brought me? What is this?
Walks up, she's short, maybe 5'2", up to the towering, imperious, but elegant handmaiden. And the handmaiden goes into comment, which is what this figure is saying, speaking. She says, "We have brought to you a wanderer. The Empress, the High Queen, the one above all else, requests that you undo the burden that he has received." She, as a slight frown on the creature's face, she goes, "Burden? There's no burden. Only packs, only bags, things that silly people carry." She looks around, she looks at you. "And what are you, little one?" She goes over to Durgan. Durgan feels like where he's kind of hit with these scent smells of flowers, these smells that are all over her. It's like a garden. It's almost like a warm wind blows through the place, even though there's clearly no wind. She reaches out and touches his hand, picks it up. The handmaiden kind of steps back slowly,
And she looks up, and there's a flash of something in her eyes, and she goes, "You can go back up. Up to that door. Make sure it's locked and closed. You never open it. Up, go. And Riven goes, "It would be best if we stayed." She goes, "It would not be best. Nope, not best at all." Drifts away, back into the orchard, kind of peeks around the tree again. She goes, "I won't be able to help if you stay." Kind of see like there's a playful, almost childlike, and yet dangerously powerful aura to her eyes. "I won't be able to help at all. And your queen, silly little queen." There's a stiffening, a rigidity. There's this kind of like a flash. Durgan kind of shrinks when he feels that. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Bright queen. Stars. There's no stars under here, are there?" She looks up and goes, "You saw the stars once, didn't you? Beautiful, bright stars. What happened? They're all gone. You had to bring one down." "Had to bring one down. Down to you?" Drifts away. Picks up an apple. Throws it away. She looks at him. She goes, "Well, go by. Up. As high as you can go. As high as you dare." The handmaiden looks at her compatriots. Says, "Very well. There's hard to explain. There's a look on that lead handmaiden, the one with the white hair, the one that you guys had interacted with, the older one, the wiser one. She looks at Durgan. She has this true sense of pity. She understands he's nothing. That entered in her mind for a second. She knows this little person, this little thing, this little creature is nothing but a speck in her lifespan, in the lifespan of the Empire, in the, in all of the time of the world. But looking upon him and seeing this creature drift slowly towards him and take his hand, she feels this pain, this weakness that she quickly snuffs out as she walks her way back upstairs. One of the handmaidens speaks to her in Undercommon again and asks, "How will we know when she's done?" And the high priestess says, "There will be a knock at the door. There always is." You walk to the heavy door, slide the ceremonial key in, drift out, close the door, lock it, and wait. In that little cavern, Durgan's not really sure what's going on. He doesn't know if it's been a dream or not. It's been so long since he hasn't felt pain. He hasn't felt constant suffering. That it's like this little creature drifting around this underground forest, smiling, joking, saying things to him that don't make any kind of sense. He kind of just starts going along with it, like you do in dreams sometimes. Kind of like, I don't understand what's going on, but nothing bad's happening. I understand this isn't normal. It's just, what's going on? As she walks towards him, it's almost easier to say lilt. She almost comes to a lighted spot and stops in this eye level with the half hobbit, half dwarf, if you remember correctly. And she says, "You have been touched before. Not by me. Not by me, no. But by somebody. Someone up there. way up there. Not up next to the door. No, past the door. They're up next to the door right now, you know. They're waiting on you. We should get you up there. But not yet. We have things to do. There's someone else here, isn't there? Not just you. No, not just you. She kind of walks across, hair drifting around. She goes, someone else. You're not alone. You haven't been alone for a long time. Pokes her head around the corner. As he realizes that when the drifting white light of the priestesses leaves, there's little tufts of fluorescent lights that start to grow back out and to shine into the cavern. Little bugs that shouldn't be there, little fireflies drifting and lilting around, kind of gather around her train, her dress, and she kind of, as she walks and follows him and moves around the strange forest, she kind of brings her own light with her, with this unnatural procession. She kind of stops hopping around, and for a moment, he's like, oh, she's gonna do something. She just walks forward. She gently caresses him. She goes, I can't keep all of you. No, not all of you. The stars have said it. You have seen it. You know what I can do. Well, I can't save you. I'll save most of you. But this other one that's here, he's very here. He's very you. And when you break a glass, it can't hold water. No longer can't hold water. And drifts away. And she stops. I understand. She stops. It speaks. The one they bring to me speaks. I haven't talked to someone like me in a long time. Tell me all the things that happen. Tell me. Does the sun still go around and around? Stars, they're still there, right? End times hasn't happened yet, no. And people, do they still play music? Singing songs, silly songs, and you're gonna drift away. I haven't heard music in a long time. Do you know some? He's like, I was never really a musician. I'm sorry. And he means it. He doesn't know why, but he means it. She's disappointed, but she understands. That's okay. You heard? What'd you say?
That's definitely not David's character.
He'd be like,
yeah!
I think David's character can go from that.
Yes. I was gonna say
It's like session 5 or something.
Are you ready, little one? Look around, please. Please look around. Tell me, as you kind of just obeying, looking around. He notices that for whatever reason, the entrance is no longer visible. It just looks like a little forest. She goes. It doesn't seem to care that much. It's a dream after all. She goes, what's your name, little one? She goes, Durgan. When he says the word Durgan, something else happens. Another voice kind of crawls pulls its way out of his throat. And it kind of tears down his esophagus and almost splits his vocal cords in half. It feels like it shouldn't be there. Like a gurgling sound as it says, Riven. It's just Durgan. He goes, she goes, yes, there's two. There's two. I knew there were two. Are you here now, little one? Durgan says, yes, she says, love, I'm not talking to you. You. She looks into his eyes. She goes, I see you. Eating up all the water in the ocean. You're a mean soul. They have you here, deep down here. Just over there. And over here. But right here. A mean soul. Eating. You didn't do all that, did you? You break a plate. You shatter it. It all scatters around. Was that you? Or was that me? I don't remember. I was down here. Or was I up there? Changes nothing. You're here now. Why him, little one? Why him? And again, Durgan. At this point, Durgan doesn't realize it, but he's sitting on a rock. A mossy little stone that has kind of just grown and appeared out of nowhere. And he's kind of resting. His eyes, he's kind of just drifting around, feeling no pain. Even the strange voice that came out and felt like something was separating and tearing, it wasn't painful. It was just like the flesh was moving out of the way and things were pulling out, but he has a sense she's keeping it from being painful. As he looks at her, he says, I had no choice. I had no choice. I had no choice. Durgan's not sad at all. He starts to cry. Little salty tears running down his face. Durgan looks at his ring. And something inside him says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the little sprite-like creature says, I don't care that you're sorry now, silly. It's far too late for that. You should have been sorry a long time ago. After all, someone else has already touched you, and you're still here. If a star touches you, what do? Well, you listen to what they say. I don't think the star said to stay. I don't think they said to stay at all. Now, little one, could you go back one song, please? I like that song. Either way, now, little one, I think it's time that you left Mr. Durgan here alone for good. At this point, Durgan kind of, his heart starts racing. Adrenaline starts going through his body. He senses no danger, but somebody does. Somebody feels something's about to happen. The little one looks at him and she goes, I'm sorry what they're doing to you, Water Man. I'm sorry what they're doing to you down here. But rules are rules. Even if I didn't make them. No, I didn't know how to write. I know how to keep them. And so do you. Break them if you will. Break them all the time. Just know, a mother always finds Because she does. And I'm the mother today. Lucky me. I get to be a celebrity. I've always wanted to. You're well known, are you not? She drifts away. I haven't had food down here in a long time, and I like to toy with mine. Stop. That's not good. They told you that was wrong. But it's tasty, but it's wrong. Wrong. What's wrong? Does the stars say it's wrong? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not for you. How's your pet? Lovely one. Not you, lovely one. Durgan, you may rest. Stay seated a while. We must do some talking. How's your pet? Broken still. You like to break things. Drifts back in front of Durgan. Durgan's clearly very confused on what's going on at the moment. His memory starts to cloud at this point. He's trying to remember. Some things are catching his eye, right? He knows at first he was like, Razin, I've heard that name before, but no, sure not. And then he remembers somebody, this elf guy, I think it was. This is his internal look. He had a potion. He saw me in my dream. No, I don't think I did. What about the blind man? He was there. Was he? Okay. Who am I thinking of? There were others. There was... No. Surely not. What a coincidence that I've been here for so long. My sister. I remember her. How could I forget? How could I forget what? What was that? What am I thinking? What do I enjoy? Oh, was that? Durgan, keep it. Who? And slowly, but very quickly, at the same time, as soon as memories and knowledge flood into the adventurer's mind, something takes them away. Like a careful, loving hand. Almost saying, no, not anymore. No, not yet. Well, I think it's time for you to let go. So, in that little cave, Durgan loses two things. As he looks down, he sees that the long growth of barnacles that had grown up his neck and on his face slowly has been fading away, falling like shedding skin. His baby white flesh underneath, almost newborn-like, as it's revealed to him. But he doesn't know why that matters. He doesn't know why. He knew for whatever reason there was something on his hand. Sure, there was, sure. Hand. What's the hand of it? Durgan's mind, as his mind with Razin is unraveled, so is Durgan. Slowly, gently, painlessly, Durgan drifts. Whatever part of Durgan remained, untethered, untouched by this thing, this person, the trapped one, slowly drifts away from Durgan and is carefully, sweetly, kindly guided to a place of rest away from Durgan. Durgan. Who's Durgan again? Stairs.
open-eyed at this pretty thing in front of them. Down here in the dark. All he knows is that she's a nice woman. And then he forgets how to think. He forgets how to understand. Somewhere deep down in the dark, somewhere far below even this deep dark hole, the body is a time. Alright, we have 5 minutes. You need to be done, right? You're at 30.
Yeah, we need to leave that, I think, but I covered minutes longer.
I'm so sorry. We can just call it.
Finish
Call it.
Finish it.
Conclusion.
Okay, well, I'll go down. We'll stay up for a second, then we'll go back down later. Okay. He doesn't know how long it is. It only takes about an hour. And soon there's a and maidens carefully open the door. And something walks out. Can't call it dark anymore. Looks around. The little one says from down the stairs, crouched. It's done. He's gone. They both are. You're welcome. Tell the princess I said hi. She starts crawling her way down the stairs again. Her dress train kind of flooding the side of the walls. She says, "No wonder you lost the stars. No wonder you lost the stars." That's what we're gonna do.
Gosh. Dang. Bye-bye.
You gonna do an outro real quick?
Guys, thank you so much for watching. It was a lot of fun. It was a little bit more of a chaotic episode, but
Without a single die roll.
it was without a single die roll. That is correct.
I think it's our session we had.
That is probably one of the first times we ever had a die roll. But
Also in the best.
okay. I love you guys.
So sad.
Some people didn't know you. Wow.
Bye, Durian.
It's crazy to me how we can go from joking about like whatever we were joking about.
Craziest things into that.
Alright, let's
really.
I love to back up. Wow, that's fun. That was really good, Aiden.
2 hours.
2 hours.
On the dot? Peak. Almost.
That was like
That was
legit
insane.
I think that's the best thing
That
ever done.
was insane.
We said after.